Welcome children in bio class. Now I am going to explain you nutritional and digestive disorders. There are many nutritional and digestive disorders. Some important of them are jaundice, constipation, diarrhea, vomiting, PEM, and indigestion. So these disorders are related to our digestive system. So in that, first one is jaundice. Jaundice is a system, jaundice is the first disorder. The symptoms of the jaundice are yellowish pigmentation of the skin, sclera of the eye. Yellowish pigmentation is due to bilirubin pigment. Excess of bilirubin pigment concentrated in the blood. Bilirubin pigments are produced when old red blood cells are broken. The pigment is removed by the liver and it, along with the bile, it passes into the intestine. But there is accumulation of bilirubin pigment in the blood. It is not removed from the body through intestine, then suffering from jaundice. Jaundice is difficult to recognize in the early stage. But in the later stage, it is recognized by the pigment, by the color of the skin, color of the sclera, and by the urine test and blood test. Jaundice is caused by many different disorders. First is prehepatic jaundice. It is due to excess production of bilirubin. There is hemolysis and excess of bilirubin pigment is formed. Then that is prehepatic jaundice. Hepatic jaundice is due to congenital liver disease, cirrhosis of liver or hepatitis. And third one is extrahepatic jaundice due to blockage of bile drainage by gallstone or cancer of the bowel. Next digestive disorder is constipation. Infrequent or difficult defecation which produce discomfort is known as constipation. It is caused by decreased motility of the intestine. Constipation may be caused by improper bowel habits, spasm of the colon, insufficient fiber in the diet, inadequate fluid intake, lack of exercise, and emotions. Symptoms of the constipation is difficult in passing out the stool or the infrequent passing of motions is the main symptoms of constipation. We should take extra fluid, eat plenty of vegetables, fruit and roughage. for preventing constipation. Next is diarrhea. Frequent and profuse defecation of liquid feces is called diarrhea, or that is watery discharge of undigested materials. And due to diarrhea there is dehydration and abdominal pain. Sometimes bleeding from the rectum occurs. The diarrhea can be prevented by taking medicines or should take electrolytes. Next is vomiting. Vomiting is a condition when contents of stomach come out through esophagus into the mouth and out of it. It could be caused by nausea, unpleasant feeling, constipation, or the changes in body equilibrium during travel by car, air or sea, also vomiting. Next is PEM. P means protein, energy, M malnutrition. Protein, energy, malnutrition. So it occurs mostly in the infant and children. It is not only a major cause of childhood morbidity and mortality, but it also leads to permanent impairment of physical and mental growth. PEM is primarily due to an inadequate intake of food, both in quantity and quality. The factors which are causing protein energy malnutrition are poor environmental condition, large family size, poor maternal health, failure of lactation, premature termination of breastfeeding, social and cultural feeding practices. So these are some reasons. Marasmus and Kwashiorkor are two main disorders due to malnutrition. Kwashiorkor is also called wet protein energy malnutrition. In the marasmus, there is stunted growth and wasting of muscles and tissue of the body. Marasmus usually develop between the age of 6 months and 1 year in children. But Kwashiorkor appears at the age of about 12 months. It is due to deficiency of proteins.